Morning, Denise Roach.
Ki Mr Chair, e te manga o te whare tēnā koe, tuarua ki ngā mema o tō tātou whare, tēnā koutou katoa, tua toru, mihi atu ki te wiki o te reo Māori, tēnā koutou katoa. So I'm addressing my comments to the vote environment budget, and the revenue line, Sir, it shows that the waste disposal levy is expected to remain the same for the 2015-16 year as it did for 2014-2015. Currently, Sir, that budget is $32 million. Now, this revenue, Sir, is the result of $10 on every tonne of waste that goes to landfill. And I'll just note that that is in the Waste Minimisation Act 2008, which was a members' bill initiated by the Green Party, Sir, and it got cross-party support. So that levy, that $32 million, is shared between local government and central government to fund waste minimisation activities and initiatives. And basically, that's what it's used for. Now, the government's budget line shows that waste minimisation is not working. Certainly not if they're going to keep the revenue level at the same amount as this year and last year. And I guess that's not really a surprise when you consider some of the schemes that the government is funding. And the classic example, Sir, is the one that the Minister announced the Saturday before last, which was where a voluntary product stewardship scheme from the packaging industry, where they will set up collection points at supermarkets as a trial, a 3-year trial, to collect single-use plastics and soft plastics, including single-use plastic bags. Now, they've allocated $1.2 million to do this for the 3-year trial, but, Sir, it's an example of greenwashing. And nobody is fooled. One just has to look at the New Zealand Herald editorial on Saturday, who basically explained why it's greenwashing. And again, Sir, today in the Dominion Post with the headline here, "Plastic Bag Scheme Won't Work." An opinion piece from Massey University's Dr. Tricia Farrelly. Sir, it won't work because the scheme is an ambulance at the bottom of the cliff, and it doesn't deal with the problem of single-use plastic bags in the environment. We use 1.6 billion of these single-use plastic bags every year, and that generates about 6 to 11 tonnes of carbon per year. And if we got rid of them, it'd be the same as taking about 3,600 cars off the road permanently. Plastic bags there are designed to be disposed of, and yes, they don't make up a huge amount in the landfill, but that's because they're incredibly lightweight. And this is where they have a devastating impact on the environment. They can be ingested by marine animals, and up to 2,000 different marine species, whales, turtles, are known to ingest plastic bags and die from them. And they break down into microplastics, Sir, which is eaten by fish, and then it enters the human food chain. This government scheme does not work to change consumer behaviour, so it doesn't minimise the amount of waste, or the amount of soft single-use plastic. And it targets the same environmentally aware consumers who already take their reusable shopping bags to the supermarket in the first place. And this is the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff. And once we've failed to avoid, refuse and reduce, and then we get into recycling. But this, Sir, is not going to fix it. The prevention is the way to go. And for single-use plastic bags, that would be by introducing a disincentive to use them. We could join hundreds of countries and states across the world and phase them out entirely, or we could introduce a point-of-sale levy. And international evidence shows that levy reduces single-use plastic bag use of by between 70 to 95%, depending on how much is charged. Now, sir, local government really, really supports this. They voted the Sunday before last to call on the government to introduce a levy on single-use plastics, because they're the ones that are cleaning up the waterways, they're cleaning up the drains that are getting blocked by this pest and this terrible product that's having a huge impact on our environment. Sir, I'm going to be...
I'm calling Todd Muller. Tanakwe.